Draymond should be good to go there. You would think, right?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
And we're golden. Excellent. That is what I like to see. Go ahead and pop up the chat. Not bad, not bad. I'd like to be able to view the chat from how. There we go. Pop out that chat. Make that chat go pop. There we go. Anyway, I thought what we would do this time around was we get people out of the we of course have people on the Discord, but we also had a lot of viewers last time, and would love to see, because in the YouTube comments, that's where we see the most interesting questions, and they're not all malware this week. I mean, normally you would see it's like, oh, I'm infected, because our big hits the transcript video, which is with good reason. I knew that would be a big hit, but still, we got guys that are not able to access their permissions and whatnot. So that's a big one. Ted, Ted's one of our techs here. What have we been seeing in Discord mostly?
We've been mainly seeing Trojans and stuff. We saw one ransomware.
Which one?
The Stop Deja Vu ransomware.
Another one of those, huh? Was it the file extension COOS?
Yes, it was.
The COOS.
The coos.
Yeah. MCSoft is doing a great job with Stop Deja Vu decryption, but these new ones, if you're encrypted while you're online, then the key is unrecoverable. And if you pay the Chinese operators of these, they don't even have the keys. They're doing this automated through a server. So even if you do pay, it's just going to their Bitcoin account, but they're not actually managing the server and giving out keys. I doubt they even know where the key that goes to your computer is. It's just a big scam, man. It's terrible, terrible business. But to remove it, that's not hard. Tron's could remove that. Heck, Roadkiller would kill that. Malwarebytes by itself. I mean, if you run rkill first. But usually there's a lot of other infections there as well. So anyway, I'm just really interested in seeing what new infections are arising, because we know Whack Attack was a big deal like this last few weeks. Last month, everything was Mobu or Nobu. And then at the beginning of December, everybody was coming about the host file hijacker, which, by the way, isn't an infection. That's just Microsoft punishing you for modifying your host file by using a privacy app such as Transcript or O&O Shutup 10 or various other privacy apps that allow you to block Microsoft telemetry, which is them spying on you. Well, if you block the Microsoft spying servers in the host file, Windows Defender recently decided to make that a severe threat alert in Windows Defender. But if you're relying on Windows Defender, you're already infected anyway. I mean, I have never met somebody running Windows Defender that isn't infected. It's just it's I've seen more unicorns than I've seen uninfected Defender PCs. Um, just because of their 86% detection rate, and that 86% is only if it's professionally configured. And I'm talking about the core isolations turned on, the ransomware and folder protections turned on, the group policy settings, which is in Pro, or we can teach you how to activate it in Home. We did make a video about it. There's a lot of features that you have to tweak to make Defender a viable defense. And even then, I would only consider it a host level protection on a domain where the server where the domain controller resides, if it resides in the same place, has the security before it even enters your network. So, I mean, I know some people have had only Defender, but they're behind a protected network. So I'm behind a protected network. A protected network is like if you're in your home and you have an Asus router or a Netgear router and you're connected to it, you're not on a protected network. You're just on a home network. Everyone's connecting to the internet and the router is routing you out. And communications coming in, they come in. And if you have like Windows firewall or whatever firewall software you use, or an Apple with their firewall, that's the defense. Well, a protected network means that I'm back here and I have this computer here and I have these devices here, but you can't see it unless I choose to go out there and connect to you, because I have a firewall and I have intrusion protection system behind that, and I'm not even on the actual LAN, I'm on a virtual LAN. And there might even be a VPN between me and the WAN. So you can't even really tell that I'm here. You can't just know my IP address and then find my PC. It just doesn't work that way. If I was to give my IP address live right here and tell you connect to me, you could try to connect to it, but it's going to say connection not found. And you're going to think I lied to you. No, it's just I'm behind a protected network, and that IP address is just my ISP. So if you're not behind a protected network and using Windows Defender, I mean, it's a lot better than Security Essentials, if you remember what that was, Ted. So, Microsoft Security Essentials. It does some things right, but they're mostly mitigations. It's not an antivirus or a real-time protection solution, but it does have features that don't get turned off if you use real antivirus. Things like the core isolation is a cool tech. I haven't put it to the test yet, but it's cool. The virtualization based protection looks cool. However, when you switch it on, a lot of stuff stops working. Protected file system, which you can activate through adding optional features. But if you turn that on, you're going to have hiccups whenever you're installing software that affects your user profile. But you can make Windows 10 secure. But every corporate network that I've ever consulted, they're not using Defender. And I mean, some of them that where they're pretty much their internet is restricted. They're not really allowed to go Google searching and stuff. They're only allowed to go in certain places because their content's filtered. They might have advanced threat protection, and their domain controller, their main server, is the one with all the security on it. Majority of people I know are running things like ESET. They were running SolarWinds. A lot of people are running Untangle routers or pfSense routers, high-end Cisco routers, high-end Netgate routers, which are also pfSense. And as far as software, ESET's actually the top contender for the commercial world, and that's what we use. But yeah. Oh man, twins, thanks. I'm glad it helped you out. I launched that video for I was actually a little bit irritated at the tech industry. I was actually bringing my phone in to get repaired, and there was a lady in front of me who had an HP laptop that wouldn't boot up. And she would turn it on, and the blue lights in front of the screen would light up, but the screen would stay black. You could tell the screen worked, but it was just black. And it would stay that way for hours. And this 21-year-old kid that didn't know what he was talking about said, yeah, you're going to need a new motherboard. And that's going to be, $180 diagnostic plus parts and labor. And he said he didn't know what the part was going to cost. And I said, $400. And he looked over at me, didn't like that I butted in. But I didn't care. He's a punk. So, and then she says, I don't know why it's going to cost so much. Shouldn't he be better to get another computer? And then he did this. He should have said yes. He said, well, you can, but then you have to you have to get a new laptop, and maybe it's not as good as yours. Maybe it's not compatible with your. The guy wanted to sell his service because he didn't sell computers. So, of course, he wants to sell the service. So he's like, I'll be right back with you, man. Can you fill out your paperwork? And yeah, man. Let me finish this one story, dude. I'm about done. Just like the last 20 seconds. So this lady, I said, lady, can I take a look at your laptop for like 30 seconds? And if I can fix it in 30 seconds, you'll be golden. I'm not going to charge you a thing. And she said, okay. I took the laptop, popped the battery out, pressed the power button a few times, popped the battery back in, turned it on, handed it to her, said, fixed. Done. It was in hibernation lock, and the guy was going to charge her for a new motherboard and parts and labor. The guy didn't even check if it was the motherboard, didn't do a test. So when that came out, I decided, you know what? People are able to fix their own machines, and 90% of the problems they could fix on their own if someone would just sit down and teach them how and give them the tools they need. So yeah, that's why I made the Tron video. Glad it helped you, twins, and thanks for subscribing. Click like if this helped you, man. And hope to see you back. Join our Discord. We'd love to hang out with you, dude. Do we have anybody waiting in Discord who's like infected?
I don't think we do.
One guy who needs help with his audio.
What's wrong with his audio?
It's all in general.
He's in general chat? Tell me what's up.
I'll move him in.
This might be an easy one. But hey, a lot of people don't know how to fix driver issues, so.
Yeah.
But we'll get good ones. We always get some nice ones.
The last one was pretty good.
Oh, dude, I actually got kind of nervous. What was the odds of getting an APT when I'm live? Like, of all day. Had easy ones all day, and then right when we go live, we get an APT. APT is an advanced threat that is like AI capable, and it reacts to everything you do. It's it'll cut you off at the pass. A lot of them are remotely operated, so you're hacked and you're dealing with a remote operator or a remote hacker. So it's really difficult to handle remotely for a client because you're connecting concurrently with a hacker. So you have to beat the hacker, and that's what we did. So. 叫江行，你好吗？
Mm-hmm.
You better be Chinese. You're telling me I'm racist because I pronounced the name that you picked in the proper dialect? Yeah? Well then, let's stick some chopsticks up your nose. So that's flight lice, you plick. So anyway, welcome to the chat. I was being gracious. I had a Muslim guy from, what's wrong with being Chinese? You got a problem with Chinese people? I'm waiting. Say something stupid. Okay, anyway, who's got problems with their computer? Anybody got a Chinese virus?
Did Tronic muted and deafened, so
yeah. No, I was saying hello to you, Yo Jianchin, and you thought I was racist for telling you hello in Mandarin, which happens to be a dialect in China. So I don't think you are Chinese if you're offended by hello. Jeez. You know, this is not a political channel, by the way. This is tech, and we love everybody. Okay, you ran the debloater. You haven't encountered any issues. I don't feel really any different, but nice to know that I'm not running when that's true. Also, the privacy is a big thing. The debloater does turn off a lot of the telemetry. It gets rid of OneDrive, and it disables Cortana. So if that's a big deal for you, that is a big deal. You found Chinese letters in regedit software? Well, there's actually an encoding that uses that alphabet. So, for example, like Unicode 8, like I'm gonna right click on a file here. Let me share. Let me show you here. And make this screen smaller, and then I'll show you my screen. I'm just gonna go into File Explorer. And I'm going to open this with Notepad. It's too big for Notepad. Let's go find something else. Okay. Let's edit this with Notepad. Now, see, this has what's called an encoding. Now, right now, this is an ANSI encoding, but if we encode it over here, it's kind of like encoding it in another language. So some encoding will appear to be Chinese. Let's see if I can. This one's not encoded in any of those, but yeah, there's a lot of programming languages that are actually using the Chinese characters instead of our alphabet and our ASCII keys. So you notice how you don't recognize some of these characters? It's the same thing with encoding of software. So that's the answer to that question there, my friend. No, there's no worries. I mean, if you found some software that, let's see, what did I find the other day? I have a Lenovo computer, and one of the drivers was all in Chinese. Is that reason for alarm? No, because Lenovo is a Chinese company. What is a Trojan? Good question. A Trojan horse is another thing that they're called. That's where they started out. A Trojan is software that comes in and then it opens security holes. So it can have many purposes. The most common is to steal data, to secretly send data, whether it's private data, your browsing data, passwords, you know, and then they can be simply annoying. They might just be clicking on ads secretly without you knowing, or redirecting you to ads to generate ad revenue for the controller, or they can be extremely terrible and be called what's called a rat, or a remote access Trojan. And those are also known as CNC, or command and control Trojan. But we typically use CNC to determine to call a rootkit, which is a super bad piece of malware that has full permissions and is running at the at underneath the operating system. It's actually like at the kernel or the processor level, so it's usually hiding in a driver. So those are basically remotely operated, so like back doors, and the hacker can literally be logged into the machine with really high level privileges. Something that I showed in one of my videos was how to mitigate a lot of this, which was if you have Home Edition, you can add the group policy editor. But if you have Pro, in the group policy editor, I'll show right here. To open the group policy editor, it's gpedit.msc. Check my YouTube channel for the video on how to unlock that on Home. But under Computer Configuration, then Windows Settings, Security Settings, Local Policies, Security Options, under this Domain Controller allows server operators to schedule tasks. This is not configured, it's not enabled, it's not disabled by default. I disable it and click OK. This means most malware is going to try to trick your home computer into thinking that it's on a domain, meaning that it's connected to a corporate network. And they do this because if your computer thinks it's on a corporate network and they make it connect to this fake corporate network, they can pretend that they are a server administrator of that corporate network that your computer thinks it's on. And so they can do whatever they want to your machine. They can install software, they can change your access rights, they can reduce your permissions, they can do whatever they want because they're a server administrator of the corporate network. Well, this mitigation here says if you do somehow make malware on my machine and execute it to where my computer thinks it's on a domain, you're not able to do anything. Okay, so I'm on a domain, but guess what? You can't run tasks. So you've kind of taken away the ammo out of that fight. Because if you are connected, it's not disabled by default because, you see, Windows is an extremely general purpose operating system. This might be a gaming computer that is on a one computer network in an apartment, or it might be a workstation connected to a 5,000 computer domain to where everything is managed through the company, like a school computer, for example, or a government computer, or a corporate computer where you have to hit Control Delete, enter your username and password, and the server tells you what your permissions are and what your programs are automatically there for you. And in those kind of environments, if I'm like a lawyer with like level 3 access, whatever it is, no matter what computer I go to, I'm going to have my permissions at whatever computer I log into on that domain. So it's not configured because it doesn't know if it's going to be on a domain or not. If it's going to be on a domain or not, that will be configured. But disabling that feature takes away one piece that malware can exploit. Hey, Edie. Good to see you too. But yeah, that one mitigation is a big deal. There's some other things in here that can be tweaked, but I like to really advise against messing with it because you can lock yourself out of your OS. Like, for example, if you require a smart card login and you don't have a smart card machine or a smart card that goes into the domain that you just said you can't log on, the next time you log out of your machine, you're not going to be able to get back in until you have a smart card. And since that doesn't exist, you just locked yourself out permanently. So, but that one that I showed you is perfectly safe. And I don't know why it's not disabled by default, because I think that they could disable it by default and then any IT would know to enable it after the fact, especially if Microsoft said so. But most of the things that I do for my viewers, free by the way, is stuff that nobody teaches. The current tech style is, if your computer's infected, I'm going to run maybe a Linux-based automation software, something similar to Transcript, but maybe a Linux-based tools. Some people will just run Malwarebytes, maybe a few more of their favorite tools. And if they can't fix it, or if Windows crashes afterwards, they blame the virus or blame the user for letting it get so infected, and then say that they have to reinstall Windows. And some of them will offer to charge you several $100s to get your data off first, when really all they got to do is boot to a USB Linux flash drive and copy it to a hard disk. But they act like it's some kind of top secret lab they have to do to recover your data. So Venti, I will next chat. I'd have to edit the stream.
All right, thank you.
But you're one, dude. What's going on in the Discord? Yeah, let's see.
It's actually pretty quiet.
It is a quiet day. Wow. We might just do Q&A, but we'll get somebody that comes on and be like, dude, I'm infected, man. I got herpes because I was with your mom. Okay. So this is our Discord server. We're having a lot of fun. The experts here, let's see, we got Ted, we got Driz. Driz has like 20 years experience. This guy knows his stuff. And then we got me. I'll hop in there too. We talk about all kinds of different stuff. We listen to music. You can ask me for help here. I'll hop in here. And we don't charge you anything. Our experts might charge you, but it depends on what you're asking them. If you give them 4 hours of work, they might offer you, I don't know, some small fee, to do that, and you can decline or not decline. But they don't work for me. They're volunteering their time here, but they are also for hire for bigger stuff too. So okay, our rules. But yeah, what do we got going on in here? Support. Is it that great a day when no one's infected? Well, let's I gotta show off some malware. This is any.run. And I don't know if I still have my account here. Yeah, here we go. You can just join this for free. And this is a malware research tool that we use. Let's go with, am I logged in already? Oh yeah, I'm all logged in already. Okay, so we go to new task, we pick, we'll just do Windows 7. Let's see, do I have anything really infectable? Not yet. We'll run Windows 7. I gotta verify my email. Forget that. Well, this lets us let's see what else people are running. Ooh, okay. So this guy found, this is literally a bunch of free VMs and there's a ton of viruses here. And okay, this guy just found some ransomware. Let's play this guy's thing here. So he just, what did he do? No more ransom. We could get the sample if you wanted. Let's just restart it. Let's see what he did. Let's run what he did. Hey, no, we can't do it unless we verify email. Do it for next stream. Let's see, what did he do? He put 81 threats on this thing. He just destroyed this VM just for the fun of it. That's funny.
Mhm.
Let's see what the graph. What did he do? I'll forget the graph. We'll do it later. I want to see. I want to play it back. Have you figured out how to play it back? I forgot how to do it. Like play. Oh no! Here it is. There's a progress bar. There we go. Okay. So it started out here. Okay. Then skadoosh. All your important files are encrypted. Miscellaneous attack. It came from no. This is ET. This is Suricata. Oh, okay, yeah, right there. Okay, because the ET stuff. This is basically showing that the intrusion prevention system trusted by like Unify and PFSense, one of them on PFSense, couldn't stop it because it was encrypted. It went through the Tor network. You can hear double voice again. What the? Testing 1 2 3 2 4 3. I'm on mono and I'm only coming in through one track, dude. Test.
It's because he's inside the Discord call and also on stream.
Oh, that's why. Let me mute my Discord. There we go. Better. Denmark. Awesome, dude. You know, I added Dutch to the subtitles of the transcript video, and I'm going to add it to the rest of the videos tomorrow. Dutch is one of the subtitles that I made sure I got added. Spent all day getting the English ones up so that we could auto-translate to the other voices. What did this guy do? Public submission. See, I come here and I'll just check out what new malware people. Airbag EXE, that's new. What's this infection? Was it a DNS attack? Well, Pi-hole would have picked that up. Connections. Port 443, so that's a router usually used for like router control, but a lot of people use that for remote control. There's a rat. Airbag EXE. Wonder what this hash is. Let's check the attack matrix. This is a minor thing. It steals credentials. This is like a middleman attack, like from like a malicious website. Let's see. Ooh. You see this one? You see this here? Ted? It's a Trojan and it's a rat.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Check this out. This guy submitted this today. And it's a new rat. Let's see what it does. No, let's see, 6 connections. China, India. Who would have thought? This is the domain. That's the IP addresses. All through port 2255. So, hey guys, if you ever get this virus, lock off port 2255. So this is how we learn this stuff. DNS, okay, so DNS redirect, going over there, 29 threats. Let's see what this thing
Network
does.
Trojan.
It's new. NJ Rat generic. It's Indian Trojan. It was picked up by Suricata though. So if you guys have a Ubiquiti Unify network with IPS installed, this will stop it. Probably because this is.
You kind of have to remember everything by memory.
Yeah. Well, let's check out this thing's attack. Execution through API, so the person's a moron. Okay. The user executes it. That means you downloaded it because you didn't listen. And then what's it do to the registry? Ooh. So it sets up dependencies and persistence through the registry. Not a big deal, but. And then your security tools are turned off. Okay, and then it connects to you through NetSH. Will this still work? Okay. So it uses that there's a new technique, guys, of what's called a core erase. So let's assume that your antivirus is supposed to run first when Windows starts. Well, that gets assigned a thread. Well, with dual core technology, what if the malware sends a simultaneously thread through the other core? And if that core is set to go at a higher clock speed, it's going to get there before your malware does. So that's the new trend right now, is core racing. And it can defeat a lot of security. That's how UEFI firmware rootkits work in order to defeat secure boot. Is there Intel just patched it on theirs, but there was this thing where there was where secure boot engages during the bootloader process of a startup, and there was this time where it was clicking on, and the malware would send a simultaneous thread, and there would be a core race, and it would try this every boot, so it had time, and if it beat on that core race, and it eventually did, it would be able to defeat secure boot and infect the firmware. I ran into that infection, and that was what I found out is how it worked, and that's how I defeated it, was by first off yanking half the RAM out and running it on 2 gigs of RAM, and then running a single core boot. Do I remember anything in my mind? I remembered my favorite color one time, but it didn't last long. I think Yi is here, pissed off because I wouldn't be surprised if you're pissed off that my viewers defeated your malware because you're an amateur. Well, you came here to cause trouble, so you didn't find me by looking for malware solutions or for people who want to help people for free and offer free advice for free and have 0 sponsors and charge you nothing, but you want to come here and talk shit. So either you got sand in your vagina or you're a bad player. Which one is it? I can wait. We can all wait. The heels as she leaves the room. Okay, moving right along. You guys got any questions? You guys want to see what I was doing? Let me show you this tool. that I was running. I didn't get to show a whole lot of it because I wanted to keep the video really light. But this is the rescue disk that was in the YouTube video, and it doesn't require 4 gigs of RAM, but I did that anyway. It'll run on 2. I gave it a dual core processor. I mean, pretending that it's an 8 gig flash drive, but you know, I have it on 256, but you know, it doesn't really matter. So when you power on when you boot it up off USB, it boots up kind of like Windows. So unlike most rescue disks, this one is based on Windows 10 PE, which is the PE means pre-installation environment. No, I'm not from Microsoft. I am a independent. I don't even work in IT anymore. I'm actually an engineer. IT is just something that I've been good at. In order to not insult my IT friends, I don't call it what I used to call it, but I used to call it the junior varsity of the tech world. So it's kind of easy. But I've only been going into IT intensive and malware intensive stuff simply because my viewers have been needing it. I mean, I posted one video about malware and then it went up to 42,000 views, and we have over 1,000 comments, and I respond to every single one I can unless I miss one. So I said, okay, I guess that's what people need. So I happen to be a malware researcher, so I said, hell, I can do that. Paid total security shows all as well when history. Yeah, you may have a problem. Yeah. I use VMs for a number of reasons, but this one's on my personal machine just for demonstration purposes. Let's see. So this looks a lot like Windows, as you can see. And it has most of the features, but here's the cool thing. Check us out. Under programs, this one here, okay. Where is it? Okay. Of course, there's 7-zip, but you could be totally infected, totally it won't boot. But here under Windows Recovery, this is the coolest thing in the world. Now it's not going to find a drive, but it would find my hard drive here. And this, check this out. If you can't boot and you keep getting a blue screen, let me take a look at what question you asked. Ted, can you tell me what he asked? I'm not looking at that screen all the time, man.
Yeah, I got you. Turna. He asked, can someone who has an infected machine leave an undetectable backdoor?
If you are infected, can you leave one undetected? Or is someone capable of leaving one on you undetected?
Yeah. The last one.
Yes. That is the whole point. I mean, they're designed to be that way. I mean, they're not impossible to detect. You mean like a professional couldn't find it? No. I mean, well, it depends on the pro. I know that you could walk into a geek squad, depending. It depends on where you go, but technically they're not required to be certified anymore. But I would spot it, but I'm not looking for scanners and results. I analyze behavior, and I can see if a machine is acting wrong, and I'll look at why, and I work kind of backwards like that. So I might work through the processes. I might work backwards through the registry, or I might go straight to network traffic. What's talking? What's the computer who's the computer talking to and why? What application is talking and why? And what traffic is it sending? So if I can work back that way rather than saying, something's slow, let's run a scanner, and then it gives me a random name that sounds dangerous but doesn't tell me anything. So, but yeah, Trojans tend to, it comes from the Trojan War. They made this horse that was supposed to be a gift, but it was actually a trap. So a Trojan horse is supposed to look innocent and appear innocent and not really give itself away, while secretly doing something, which is usually some type of backdoor. Not necessarily a literal backdoor, because a literal backdoor means it's a doorway to let the intruder in. And that can mean many things. It doesn't necessarily mean that the intruder is operating your machine the way you're operating your machine, but that does happen in a remote access. Well, most of the time a hacker doesn't need to have the graphic user interface. It's much quicker for them to be able to just run shell code and command line stuff, because I can do a lot more to an operating system from the command line than I can going through start, settings, then system, then advanced system, and just to do one setting, when I could run an entire script and change the entire operating system the way I want it, which is what I do on the good guy side, which, when I debloat Windows, or Transcript, for example, is a big script, but imagine if it was just a small script that just did what the bad guy wanted. And we don't call those hackers, we call those script kiddies, because they're not really hacking, they're running scripts. So well, you don't have to worry about that unless your Microsoft account was compromised. I'm not a fan of synchronization with browsers anyway, but clear your bookmarks if you're worried about it. Let me get back to this thing. This lazy soft Windows recovery, this one-click fix crash. If you just click this, it can fix that's just kind of like a general everything. The boot crash solution, just click it, it works. There's always options. There's a one-click fix, boot crash, loading crash, random crash, restore disk, and then the final solution. But then there's repair tools. You can fix your BCD, which a lot of people, like if your machine won't boot, you can fix this. The Windows automatic repair will do it, but if you're having trouble getting to it, this is something one of my viewers needed today. Give you a command prompt. But this has antivirus tools, has hardware info, everything, security, antivirus. If you forget your, you can if you are locked out of your laptop or your computer, you don't know the key, you can get get the password recovery right here. Just get the password. If you're using your folks machine and you need to crack into your parents' account, there you go. I'm helping you out. ESET online security scanners here. Malwarebytes is here, so you can clean your machine while Windows isn't even running. So lots of stuff. Driver issues. Data recovery, really good. And you're not installing any software, so you're not risking overwriting any of that stuff. Diagnostic tools, hardware diagnostic, hard drive diagnostic, all kinds of stuff. And this is like 1 gig, so it'll fit on any flash drive. Bad side effect of Tron? No, not really. Some people have complained that it removed OneDrives on a previous version because they wanted to use OneDrive because they forgot their brain at school. But just kidding, that's my opinion. But So the neutron doesn't remove OneDrive to my knowledge, so it leaves it there. But that's also important because the public school system is requiring OneDrive now, so that was another reason. But as far as a negative effect from it, no, it's just a script, and all it does is run Windows built-in functions and freely available, highly user-friendly and useful and trusted tools. So first, it's going to create a restore point, which is a feature of Windows, which you should be doing anyway. So, and you should be creating these anyway, so that if your system crashes or something goes terrible, or even if you get infected with ransomware, you can go back to the exact state it was when you created the restart point. You should create several of them. So that's the first thing it does. The second thing it does is it runs rkill. Rkill is just, all it does is it checks the host files for any kind of malicious domains there, any registry keys that are hindering antivirus from running right, and then killing any background malware tasks. So, and then process killer is the same thing. It's going to kill any kind of tasks that are going to try to interfere with your virus scan or kick off any hacker connections. And then the next phase is it does a disinfect. It's going to check for rootkits. It runs two types of rootkits. It runs TDSS killer, which is really effective, and then McAfee Stinger, which I say in the video is one of the few things McAfee got right. And the way these guys work is they actually use a kernel level driver to see down that low. So they work very well. After that, it runs Sophos, Kaspersky anti-malware, and Malwarebytes. So that's covering all the bases of malware, unless you have some rare piece, which is new. But even then, Sophos and Malwarebytes are going to detect any kind of malicious software because of the way it acts through its heuristics. If it acts malicious, Malwarebytes is definitely going to pick it up. It's like, I don't know what you are, but you're not going to stay because you're not acting right. The next phase is it does a debloat. It does a maintenance of Windows. So it's going to remove like Candy Crush and all of the junk in the start menu that I don't have. I don't have any advertisements here. There's nothing trying to sell me Office. And that all requires, system resources. And oftentimes some of this can't be removed. It'll disable Cortana for you. It disables telemetry, which is a big privacy issue. It does. It restricts the apps on your computer from watching everything you're doing and reporting it to them. So it does a ton of privacy work. And then it does a few cleanups, cleaning the caches that might be 20 gigs of stuff that's just sitting in like C:/program file/app data, or C:/user or program data, or C users/username and app data, which is no longer used. And then the final step is it's going to run SFC, which is a system file checker, which is built into the command line, which checks all your system files. And if any system corruption is found, it's going to automatically repair it by using Windows Update and getting a fresh one from Microsoft. Then it runs a DISM tool, which is going to compare your Windows installation with what Microsoft has on Windows Update. And it's going to repair any component issues, like if somebody deleted your start menu, for example. So no, there's not a bad side effect to a proper maintenance of Windows. It's not an obscure script doing something weird or unrecommended for the system, or doing some kind of weird hack or mod to it. No, it's an automated pro level maintenance. This is something that all pros do, and if you took to a real pro to get your machine repaired, we would do this for you. But this is an automation that we purposely, in the community, me and like lots of guys, I can't take credit for it. I'm a very small contributor. I'm mostly on malware research, but the point of it was so that everybody could do it. The problem is that nobody's actually making tutorials for it, so I made the tutorial for it. Some guys did make some tutorials, but they talk like ITs. So I'm talking real techie right now because we're being, casual. But if I'm trying to walk you through something, I'm not going to fill you with jargon. I mean, what if your doctor came in and you got a bruise, but he kept on saying you have a ruptured hematoma? A bruise, right? Yeah. Well, why'd you have to? When you say so. Kaspersky's good. I wouldn't say they. Well, if you're not having an extremely high risk lifestyle, they're not. Then they're fine. Kaspersky's still. I have faith in them. Are they the top? No, but do you need the top? That's the question. Kaspersky has been in the game a while, and they've never been an embarrassment. I'll tell you that much. They've been on top several times. They're always good. They do have a malware research team, and they're known for coming up with fixes to things that other people can't. If you're infected, it really doesn't matter what you scan with. It's more about the sequence because you're dealing with a threat vector. The purpose of Transcript is to give a sequence to defeat nearly all malware's attack vector. Because let's assume I have a virus and it's sitting on my C drive. If I go to delete it, that's going to cause the malware to respond. It's going to do something. Because it's not just one piece, one file. It might be to lock me out of something. I might suddenly lose privileges to that folder. Or I might no longer be able to click the start menu or the search box. Or I might not be able to run anything as administrator suddenly. So you poke the bear if you just go at it blindly. But a very common thing, if your antivirus didn't spot it when you got infected, you running a full system scan doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it either. So you need to resolve the issue as to why your security is compromised before you can even think of scanning. Transcript automates it, which is why I made it. How many antivirus programs are you running simultaneously, Nicola? Okay, that's good that you're running one. Are you saying you're infected? Oh, well, you should be fine. I mean, if you don't see nothing, like if you don't see anything and you're not experiencing a problem, yeah, I can take a look. Let me fix my screen real quick so that we can keep your privacy going. But yeah, I can take a look. And I'll show people how we scan for some stuff. If you send me a PM, it won't be shown on a live screen. I just need your team viewer info. I need your team viewer info, and then I can log into your machine and do a quick check for you. I think my cat wants to join the party. Ain't gonna happen. I'm getting nothing from you, Nick. Oh, you didn't download it yet. Okay, so okay, what other nasty malware we got? I'm surprised. You know, I was reading the comments today on YouTube, and lots of people were getting infected. So I was expecting, you know, this place to be packed full of people needing needing a removal. Might be able to go to bed early. Let's see. That's a cute virus. Easy Dork. So the cool thing is you know, you don't have to run everything. You can watch whatever people are doing. Well, so this person here went to reward.com, install reward offer, and caught a Trojan. Word of advice, guys, if you're Google searching with the word free in your search, you're going to end up infected. Nikolai, you need to send me a private message in Discord with the ID and password of the TeamViewer. Welcome, J-Mans. Welcome to the birdie. Oh, guys, just link him. I'll link him. I'll put it in the chat. There you go, guys. There you go, James. J-Mans. Useless mods. Mods, you're all fired. I'm paying you half of what I pay you now. Since I pay you nothing, you owe me money.
So I had my mic muted. I would have sent the link. Sorry.
Jeez. Okay. Yep. All right. We are going to log into our friend's machine and verify that they are not infected. I'll show you guys how we do this. And I'll show the screen after the privacy issues are resolved. I don't want to reveal stuff. I am attempting to connect to you, buddy. But I don't know what the dealio is, man. Oh, there we go. Gotcha. Okay, now I can see. All right, I'll be connecting in the next few seconds. And then once I'm logged in, and let me close this chat. And then close this. Protect your privacy. But I don't know what the dealio is, man. Oh, there we go. Gotcha. Right on. Now I can see. Okay, now let me. All right, I'll be connecting in the next few seconds, and then once. Who dat? Who there? In. Who there? And let me close this chat. You need to close that kind of stuff, dude. This. Jeez, you're killing me. Your privacy. But I don't know what the dealio is, man. Oh, there we go. Gotcha. Right on. Now I can see. Okay, now let me. All right. I'll be connecting in the next few seconds, and then once. Who dat? Who there? In. Who there? And let me close. All right. Nick, you need to close TeamViewer because you showed your password and your login name to the entire channel. So that's a security issue, man. So I can't connect to you. I disconnected. So close Discord. We are live, buddy. Don't forget. So I just don't want to be connecting to you and then having someone else come in there and delete your C drive. You know what I'm saying? All right. So what else we got?
Bad.
Let's see. Please check my enter. I can record audio but not play via Discord. Because your Discord settings are not selected correctly. You have to set your default mic, which in your computer settings, your sound settings, but then you have to set your mic settings in Discord as well. Am I an ethical hacker? Yeah, we call ourselves white hats. Ethical hackers is what technical schools online call us. But that's not a real thing. Ethical hacker. There's two types of hackers: white hat, black hat. White hat means we're on the good guy side. Black hats are out to break the law and go where they're not supposed to and do naughty things. So, are we enemies? No, it's not like the Avengers. But a black hat hacker is more likely to violate someone's privacy. A white hat hacker is more likely to spot that and then plug the leak and has compassion for the people who are vulnerable to it. Do I have OSCP? No. I have CompTIA, and that is it. I don't pay for certs because I don't seek jobs in information technology. And the only purpose of certs is to increase salary within said position. Driz, on the other hand, is well certed. I'm in the electrical engineering fields. I'm an electrical engineer and an audio engineer. I worked in a lot of IT, but IT just never really interested me. I've learned it because I like it, and just because I've been around it. My father gave me a computer in 1988 that just ran floppy disks that were educational, but he had books on his desk of Turbo Pascal and DOS, and I just never stopped learning. Well, that WoW gold doesn't, just grow on trees. That's why you can buy gold on WoW. I don't like to toot my own horn, but if I wanted to get all the certs, yes, I could get a stack of certs. And goofy thing is I could do it in 6 months. But why? So I can say I did it. I don't need bragging rights. I'm not here for fame. I'm here to help people. And I'm here because I'm angry at the tech security industry. And so if I wanted to work in the IT and work my way up that bureaucratic chain, sure. I mean, the certs are not difficult. You study for them and pass them, and I have a weird brain. I can learn and remember pretty much anything I read. So you give me the book and I'll pass the test. When I got tired of paying lawyers, I started reading law books, and then I became a pro se litigant. So that's how I work. But do I want to spend 4 years in law school? No, I don't want to be a lawyer bad enough. And to tell you the truth, you know, I never have a problem when someone says, "Well, you don't have this cert, or you don't have that cert," because that comes from the my authority argument. Am I allowed to speak on a topic if I don't have letters after my name? Let's flip that. If I am a nuclear physicist, astrophysicist, and I'm the most well-respected man with all of the doctorates in science, and I tell you that rocks are made of chocolate pudding, you can't argue with me on the my authority argument because you're not an expert. And you might be a college-educated biologist, but I am a PhD in physics, astrophysics, and I have 13 books. So I am an expert, and I declare that rocks are made out of chocolate pudding, and you can't argue with me. That's the my authority argument. So if I go out there and go get you some certs, and now you trust me, what if I'm full of shit? So either what I'm saying is good or what I'm saying is bad. Either my argument is solid or my argument is not. You have to, if you are going to disagree with me, then you have to defend the antithesis. So that's the route that I go for when someone says, "Hey, why should I listen to you if you don't have this cert?" Well, do you want me to go get that cert and then you trust me? Because I'm still going to believe what I believe. It's not like I'm going to learn something. I'm going to go learn something somebody else is teaching, which if I want to learn, I'll learn it. If it's relevant. I mean, Ted the other day, introduced a topic, and I said, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to go, spend 4 hours reading about it, or I'm going to make myself an expert on something. The cool thing about being my age with my experience and just having the time in my hands is if I want to know, then I can do it. Okay, hidden window at bottom, different pass, you can try now. Okay. So, okay.
Hey, Nico.
Yes, sir.
My friend he finished Tron, and he said it used to take 5 seconds for a icon to open up, but now it takes like 0.
That's what we do, baby. All right, I'm logging in. Now, minimize Discord for me, will you? Thank you. Oh, okay, you already did.
My friend he finished Tron, and he said it used to take 5 seconds for a icon to open up, but now it takes like 0.
Okay, I'm muting your YouTube while I work on your machine. I'm going to bring in the party now. Okay. Okay, so, all right, go ahead and quit clicking things. I'm going to take over here. Total Commander. That's a Android app. Okay, anyway. Let's see what you're running. Kaspersky? Okay. All right. Quickest way to do this is our little friend. Wow, you got a sluggish machine, dude. What are you running? Wow, you got a sluggish machine, dude. What are you running? If you can hear me here, then everyone's going to hear an echo. Wow, you got a sluggish machine, dude. What are you running? Sorry, fellas. If you can hear me here, then everyone's going to hear an echo. There we go. So let's do this. Auto runs is what? There we go. Auto runs is a quick way to check for everything. It'll at least tell us if there is reason to suspect infection. Going to extract real quick. You guys will love this tool if you guys haven't already seen it. Okay. There we go. I don't know why people use these. Okay, so auto run 64. Dude, we need some tunes in here. I can't take it any longer, man. This is getting dead. Where's that freaking track we were using yesterday, Ted? The other day. No copyrighted stuff. It was that uncopyrighted stuff that I was using the other day. Let me get it. Found it. Can't take it any longer. Hail Hydra. Okay. Okay, so what this is gonna do, wow, the resolution is super tight on this. It's like so tiny, no one's gonna be able to see it. Let me do it on my end. It's the DPI. Okay, we're gonna go here, and we're going. So tiny. Then we are going to go to scan options, check virus totals. I'm gonna close that.
Does he have a virus?
I don't know. Something suspect though. Sega Thumb shell extension.
I see.
I don't know. Check it out though. Can't really tell. Let's see what the hash comes back with. No, hash comes back clean. It's just not verified. No big deal. Let's see. I'm thinking he might be. What? Oh, it's just this. We can disable that. It's just some telemetry. What are you? That's interesting. It's not like a total flag. Just some odd things. Wireless background. Okay, that's just a driver. I mean, he uses Opera, but you know, it's like the People's Republic of China's. Let's see. File not found. No big deal. Hider. What's this? I haven't gotten this driver to detect before. Let's see. Bat CMD might know. It's a batch file. Let's just open the batch file. Let's just see what's in there. So we can right click and jump to image. It'll take us right here. And if we have Notepad++, yep. Let's see what's in it. Encoding. Nope, wrong encoding. Let's find the right encoding. There we go. Encrypted. Let me see. I mean, if we decompile it and see, we will see. Let me see if there's anything unencrypted. Okay. Enable vendor pass through. Enable pass through. Report link code. Checksum. Nothing. Wait a minute. Okay. This looks like an innocent driver. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. You know, not all drivers get signed because they don't want to pay Microsoft to get signed. Whoa. What's Ultra Patch? You looking at this, Ted? Oh, okay. We got some third-party voice mods and stuff. Okay. Got some minor detections, but not conclusive. A lot of stuff running though. This is probably why the machine's running slow, but that's what you want to run. A lot of audio. Yeah, a lot of audio add-ons. So that might make you think you're infected, but I don't know why you need a TCP/IP port monitor, but to each his own. No, you're not infected. You're just running a ton of audio mods. Yeah, you're not infected. You're just running a ton of audio mods. So that's gonna hit your, you know, hit your performance, but it's not a security issue. Okay. What else we got going on, y'all?
Not an active chat, not a too active chat tonight.
Yeah, might be able to go to bed early. 8 concurrent users. Well, and we're gonna call it. Maybe if we schedule schedule it out. But I gotta work in the morning, so peace out, y'all. Thanks for showing some support. We'll plan these ahead a little better next time. And join us in Discord, and it's a lot of fun. You guys have a great night, alright?
Hi, everyone.
Take care, y'all. I kind of feel bad about trashing the pseudo Chinese girl. She did start it though. I was nice. She had it coming.